أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. I seek refuge in the Almighty God from the accursed devil, and I start in the name of the merciful God. Today I want you guys to follow me in a critique of the Bible. I'm going to start book by book so you guys can follow the word of your God. So when I'm saying the word of your God, I'm talking here to Christian Prince Jerry and his audience, and any Catholic or Christian who would want to actually see the truth behind the book they hold as the Word of God. So let's start. So we've got no problem in the Word having a beginning. There's no problem at all. So we agree with that. There will be some problems later, but it's just then in here that there be light and there was light. Okay, we all know that the source of light in this world is the sun. It's not this world, but in at least in our galaxy, in the Milky Way, it's the sun and the stars, of course. Unfortunately, this is just that this is the very first day. See here, the first day. So there was light before there was sun, because the sun and the moon and stars only came later in the fourth day. It starts here in verse 14. God said, "Let there be light in the firmament and the heaven." So if you read, you see that they made the two great lights, which are, of course, the one that rules the day is the sun, and the one that rules the night is the moon or stars. Unfortunately, they were made on the fourth day, so it's a little bit strange. But all that leave that we would just turn a blind eye and go to something else, and go to what really needs the sun, which was created on day 4. What really needs the sun is the grass, yeah, the herb, the trees. These stuff were created on day 3. I guess you guys you're following the 3rd day. These guys here were created on day 3. It's very unfortunate that the sun and the moon or stars were created on day 4. So I guess the writer of these verses here, or the author of these verses here, missed something. So just follow, okay? The star, the sun and the moon were made on day 4, but then he done all that work creating all that sun and moon, but then hey, look, and he made the stars also on day 4. Okay. Now let's explore verse 26. let us make man in our image. Okay. How about woman? In what image is she? Or whose image is she? Excuse me. That's one thing. Second thing, which man? Which man? The Africans don't look like Europeans. Europeans don't look like Russians. Russians don't look like Americans. Well, when I talk about Americans, I mean the real Americans, not the criminals of the European going to America and exterminating everyone in there. But look, that's not our subject. We'll leave that. And the the South Americans look different from the North Americans, and they look different from any other race. I just don't know what is God doing here. Well, it's not my God. I'm talking about your God, guys. Which one? Which one are we talking about? Which man are we talking about? And look, this is man. M-A-N. One man. Not all men. So it just seems like God here is being selective. He made one man in his image and the others are no longer in his image. So when you guys talk about man, then don't talk about your God, because your God has a very, very selective way of creating, yeah, or making. So, and that and dominion over everything, the fish, the fowl, cattle, and all that. Oh, even the animals, all animals. Do we have any dominion over lions and crocodiles and snakes? And I wonder, I wonder why so many people are killed by scorpions and snakes and crocodiles and lions and all those animals. I wonder, is there an exception anywhere here in Genesis, guys? Do you have an exception? Anything that we have no dominion over? Is there anything mentioned in your book? Please tell me. So anyway, I'll leave that to you guys. Then God blessed them on and said, "Be fruitful, multiply, replenish the air." Yeah, and subdue and have dominion over the fish again. I thought it's already here. Why is it coming here again? Anything that moves on earth? Anything? Do we have any dominion on sharks? Shark attacks? You guys do? Have you ever heard about the sharks killing human? Lions, crocodiles, snakes. But anyway, let's get back to this fruitful and multiply and replenish. This is what the Christians use against abortion. So they are very, very against it. Because God said, "Be fruitful, multiply, and replenish." It is a little bit funny because if you check the statistics, the Christians, they try not to have many children. Actually, they always limit themselves to 1 and 2. You can check it yourselves. Don't take my word for it. But anyway, so up to here, let's see. Verse 30. Everything was vegetarian. Everything, including the canine animals. Yeah, your God has given every green herb instead of meat, and it was so. What happened? Did they stop eating grass and turned into eating antelopes and zebras and buffaloes, or what? Hmm? And then God saw that everything that He made was very good. He didn't know it was going to be very good, so He made it, and then later on He started checking and viewing things, and then He was happy things were actually very good. It went beyond His expectations, not just good, but very good. That was day 6. Very good, very good. Chapter 2, verse 2. I had a problem with the Christian. The Christian said about this verse. By the way, I don't have a problem with Christians. I love them, I respect them, and I love them as my brothers and sisters in humanity. But we had an argument about God resting on the 7th day, and then he said that God rested on the 7th day from all his work which he had made. So I told him, what you're talking about here is someone who does work and then he gets tired, so he needed to rest. Whereas the God we believe in as Muslims is an omnipotent, and he does not have to do all the work, because this Christian brother here was using his measuring tape, his own measuring tape, his human measuring tape on God. See, God does not have to toil all day long to create something. He just say, be, and it is. And when he does it, he does not need to rest. So we had a long discussion, and the other man who actually went and filed a complaint to the police, where I had to go and be questioned twice. Why am I saying that God did not rest? So I explained to the police and said to them, in our religion we regard God as supreme and omnipotent, almighty. He can do anything he wants without being tired. Because the moment you say rest, it is the opposite or the result of being tired. This is simple language. You rest when you are tired. It does not befit God. So your man actually went to the police station and gave statement, guys, I swear by the Almighty God. This man went there. I read the statement myself. And this point is not the only one that he mentioned, but there are other points. Now we'll get to them, but if you want flavor, I will tell you. We say that God did not rest, and he said God rested, because the Bible said so. Fine, the second point was, God wrestled with Jacob or Israel. We say that is so not befitting God. God doesn't have to come down to earth, and though He is omnipresent, but He doesn't have to come as a man and fight or wrestle with Jacob, and then Jacob wins. It's really funny. So He didn't like that, and He reported it. The third point was that God became flesh and came and lived amongst us. And I was like, why would He come and live amongst us? Why would He be flesh? Well, the other man said, so He will experience what we go through. Anyway, it's a little bit ridiculous, but He did not like the fact that we said God became flesh. God did not become flesh. He did not need to become flesh. There was a fourth point. I can't remember it right now, but I will tell you about it later. I think that is another point that I need to talk about in here in chapter 2, in Genesis chapter 2. We're at chapter 2, verse 16. God took the man, and He put him in the Garden of Eden. Okay, so are you following? So the man was entered into the Garden of Eden, and he was told not to eat. That thou eatest thereof thou shalt surely die. He was told, the man was told not to eat from the tree of knowledge of good and evil. Okay? Right now, I am only highlighting it, and I want you to remember that only the man, meaning Adam, has been entered to the Garden of Eden and was told not to eat from the tree. Remember it. Later on I will remind you. Okay? I'll remind you why I highlighted that when we get to it. Now we're in chapter 3, where there's a conversation between the serpent, a very, very smart fella, and the woman. Now the woman earlier on, when I was showing you, was not entered into the garden and not told about the tree. Yet in here she knows about the tree. Yeah. So, and if you do eat or touch it, and you will die. I just want to understand one thing. Which kind of death are we talking about in here? Because later on, they are going to eat from it. Yeah. So they are going to eat. So what is this death here? So the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasing to the eyes, and a tree to be desired to make one wise. She took the fruit. So she wasn't told in the beginning, but then somehow she was having this conversation with the serpent, and then she said, we should not eat from it. And she goes, the woman has been accused of that she ate from it, and then what she did is she also gave the fruit to her husband, and he did eat. Now, what I want to know is, did they die? I know what the Christians are going to say to me. They're going to say, "Ah, you fool! It is not the physical death, it is the spiritual death." Okay, then since it's just like that, then why would Jesus later on come and die a physical death? Hmm? If it was just spiritual, that's spiritual. It's just being away from the presence of God, that's fine. It's just a sin, then they will have to pay for it. Yeah, and the Christians will be telling you, oh, a sin that was brought to this world by one man can only be taken by one man. So Adam is the one who brought the sin, and then Jesus is the one who is going to clean the sin. Though it was the woman who ate from the tree and then gave to the man, yeah, it was the man who brought the sin to the world. One man brought this sin to the world, whom is Adam, and the other man who is going to take all the sin away is Jesus. Now, Adam did not die. He was merely brought out of the Garden of Eden and put on earth. Yet Jesus, as you guys say, that he was tortured, he was spat on, slapped, crucified, killed, thrown into a tomb for 3 days and 3 nights. And by the way, I would refute that idea of 3 days and 3 nights. He only stayed 2 nights and 1 day. Literally 2 nights and 1 day. Friday evening he was put into in the grave or in the tomb. So he stayed there Friday night, Saturday day, Saturday night, and Sunday in the morning they did not find him. So literally 2 nights and 1 day. So the prophecy of Jonas, the prophet, did not work, because Jesus, when he was asked about a prophecy, he said an adulterous generation wants a sign, and no sign is going to be given to them except the sign of Jonas the prophet, as he was in the belly of the whale for 3 days and 3 nights. So the Son of Man will stay in the belly of earth 3 days and 3 nights. Now this prophecy here, at least this one I can show you for now. I'm telling you about it. I don't have to show you, but I can show you later the verse if you want it. So this one was not fulfilled. 3 days and 3 nights are not like 2 nights and 1 day. Totally failure. This prophecy has not been fulfilled. I can show you more later. For now, we continue with this book here. So now Adam and Eve, they know everything. They know they were naked and they're embarrassed and ashamed of themselves. They heard God walking in the garden in the cool of the day. So precise, in the cool of the day. So God was walking in the cool of the day, and Adam and Eve were actually hiding. Yeah. So God starts looking for them and say to him, "Where art thou? Where are you?" So it's interesting here. I don't understand it. So if anyone, Christian Prince, Jerry, hello, Christian audience, hello, Anyone? Do you know what is happening here? God is calling Adam and Eve and asking them, "Where are you?" And I find it a little bit embarrassing. I mean, God knows everything. At least the God I know and the God I worship and acknowledge. I don't know about your God. Apparently, your God in here in the Old Testament does not even know where two people are hiding in his own garden that he made himself. And then later on, the second God, the God or the Son of God, does not know when is that day and that hour. When you say about that day and that hour, nobody knows. So he doesn't know two things. But fine, for now we'll just stick to these two and we will find you some more. Alright? So now there is a conversation here between God and Adam. So God is asking Adam, "Why did you eat from the tree? Didn't I tell you not to eat from the tree?" And God and Adam here is saying, "Well, you see, it's the woman that you gave me. She gave me of the tree, and I did eat. So why are you blaming me? Blame her. Go get her." Oh, the poor woman, she's being blamed for everything. Oh, my mother Eve. But anyway, I know that my mother Eve is not like the mother Eve or Eve in the Old Testament. So she gave me she gave me of the tree, and I did eat. Oh, woman, what did you do? So what happened? The woman says, "Well, you see, the serpent beguiled me. He deceived me, and I did eat." So now God turns to the serpent. The serpent did not run away. Okay, maybe God did not let him run away. "Because you did this, I'm gonna curse you above all cattle." What is going on here? Is the serpent some type of cattle? I I don't. Apologies, I should not be laughing, but this is pretty. I'm just wondering, do you, in English language, leave the Hebrew, because the Bible is supposed to be, well, especially the book of Genesis, the first five books, supposed to be written in ancient Hebrew. I don't know if in the ancient Hebrew they thought or considered the serpent as some sort of cattle, like the cow, or is it in English? Is it just the translation? I don't know. I would love to hear from you. And above every beast of the field. So the serpent is one of the beasts of the field. Huh. Upon thy belly shall thou go. Okay. One thing I want to know. Does that mean before the serpent beguiled the woman was not going on his belly? Does that mean he had legs? And does that mean that the serpents are eating dust? Have you ever seen a snake eating dust? Tell me, please. Yeah, look, I'm not good at this. But if you know anything, well, tell me. And then there was enmity between the snake and the woman. So the woman and the snake are enemies. Alright, okay. So, and then the children or the seed or the children of the woman and the children of this so the snake. So seed, thy seed, because God is talking here to the serpent. So the seed of the serpent and the seed of the woman are going to be enemy forever, and it shall bruise thy head. So women, they or the children of the woman are going to bruise the head of the snake, and the children of the snake are going to bruise the heels of the children of the woman. Very, very interesting. And then now God turns to the woman and talks to her and say, there will be sorrow, yeah, in your conception, sorrow, there will be pain, yeah. So in sorrow thou shalt bring forth children. So there will be kind of pain. I think in in um in the NIV would be clearer. I could not find it in NIV. The website, they don't open it in like all the 11 or all the chapters of the book of Genesis. I don't know what's going on, but I will just continue here. But anyway, so it was in sorrow that she will give birth to her to children. Where was it? Where was I reading? So that's chapter 3, verse 16. Children desire a husband and shall rule over you. So the man shall rule over women. This is the dominion of man in the Bible. This is not Quran, by the way. I know that you guys always blame Islam when you say that women in Islam is subjugated and oppressed. And this is the Bible. You following? What do you want me to show you? As you can see here, Bible Gateway. Now, there's one thing that I don't understand. So the woman giving birth, it would be in sorrow, in pain. Yeah. Let's see. So here I got the verse, chapter 3, verse 16 in NIV. The woman, he said, I will make your pains in childbearing very severe. Okay, with painful labor, you'll give birth to children. Your design will be for your husband, and he will rule over you. I don't mind all that. All I want to say is this, guys, up to here, painful labor and all that. So I do not doubt that women suffer, or not suffer, but it is very painful to childbearing and labor, no doubt. But there is one thing I don't understand. Does that mean that the animals do not suffer when they're on labor? Like a cow or a sheep giving birth, does she not feel pain? If she does, then fine. I thought it's only the woman here, Eve, is being punished. Second point I want to highlight is childbearing and labor. That's for women who can give birth. What about the women who cannot? There are a lot of women I know, they can't have children, and therefore if they can't have children, they are not gonna go on labor. Does that mean they have been exempted from the severeness and they are not being punished? And what about the women who are not being ruled by men? What happens? I don't know if you guys have heard, but there are a lot of women who are not ruled by men. Anyway, I just wanted you guys to understand that the author of this, or at least these verses here, is kind of neglecting a lot. There's a lot of stuff that do not make sense. And I doubt if it was from God, it would make more sense. Unfortunately, these here do not make sense. So all that happened, and then God actually did something really nice. Make goat skin for Adam and Eve to cover themselves. So God saw that they are embarrassed. So what God did here is went in the garden, found a goat or whatever that coats of skins. I don't know whether is this skin of an animal or of what? What is it? What is it made of? Where did God get it from? Unless if it is like my God and He is able to create anything, then it's fine. I'll be okay. It's just that I doubt because there are a few things that I showed you up here that do not befit my God. So I would say it's just your God who did that. Later on, you all know the story of Abel and Cain. So God is asking Cain the exact way he was asking Adam and Eve, "Where are you?" in the Garden of Eve. So he asked him, "Where is your brother?" And Cain said, "I don't know. Am I his babysitter or something?" So, so now the blood is crying from the ground. But one has to ask the question, of course. All right, fine. And there is this conversation between the Lord and Cain, and the Lord is said that you, like, man, you cursed the ground that you touch is cursed, and you will toil, and nothing will come out, and you will be a fugitive and a vagabond on earth. And Cain is talking back to the Lord and said, "God, my punishment is greater than I can bear. How can I live like this?" But then there's something I don't understand here. Cain is saying to God, "You have driven me out of this day from the face of the earth. Fugitive and vagabond in the earth. I don't understand. Well, what earth are we talking about here? Which one?" And later on, it says, and it shall come to pass that everyone that finds me shall slay me. I don't. Who is talking here? And then the Lord is saying, "Whoever kills Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold." Do you guys see where I'm coming from? Everyone who's gonna find me will kill me, and then whosoever. Are you guys kidding me? Is your God telling you there are more other people? Because there was only Cain and Abel. His mother, that he killed already his brother, and then that's it. There's the two sisters, and there is Adam and Eve. Who's everyone? Who's everyone who's going to find him and kill him and slay him? Who is this everyone, whosoever? What is going on? I really don't understand. Man, I'm in chapter 4. That's a lot. What are you guys reading and putting your brain on holiday or on pause or something? What is going on here? Who's everyone? Christian Prince, Jerry, audience, who is everyone here? Answer me. Cain knew his wife and she conceived. Now in here as his punishment is to be a fugitive, vagabond. But then later on he knew his wife. When, where? He killed her brother, his own brother. Do you think her father or his father and his mother will let her go and meet him and be his wife and conceive? Are you kidding me? What is going on here? And then what happened to everyone? Whosoever find him kills him. Why did she not kill him? Oh, she's a woman, she can't kill him because he's a man and he is supposed to rule over her. Oh yeah. Sorry. I forgot that your book says all that. I just find this a little bit funny. Lamech here killed someone, and because he wanted to get away with it, so he said, "Did you not hear God saying that whoever kills Cain, then he will have, if Cain shall be avenged sevenfold, truly Lamech, the guy here, 70 and sevenfold." He's trying to get away with it, so he said, well, if you kill me, then the punishment of God will be more than the ones for those who would have killed Cain, but it didn't happen. So, and then Adam goes and got to know his wife. It's just a little bit translation. I think he meant to go and overshadowed his wife. Chapter 5, Genesis. We're still in the Bible Gateway. Genesis. Guys, you can go and get your book, the book that you have at home. Genesis, chapter 5, verse 2. Just in here. And read this. Male and female created he them, and blessed them, and called their name Adam. so Eve. Oh my God, the man and the woman were called Adam. Yeah, I don't know what happened to Eve, but it just seems like the male and the female were called Adam. Okay. All right. It just seems like this book here was short of a name. All right. So we're at chapter 6. Remember, we're still in the Bible Gateway.com, Passage Plus, Genesis from 1 to 11. So we're now in chapter 6. In chapter 6 here, man began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them. Fine, that's normal, yes. But then what happened? That the sons of God saw the daughters of men, that they were fair. I don't understand. The Jews were fair. Which daughters and which men and which fair? Were you kidding me? Okay, unless if the the sons of God. So the daughters of man who lives in Europe and Russia. Okay. So they took them wives of all which they choose. So the sons of God, they came to earth. The sons, how many? Oh, how come we never heard about them? And what are these sons of God? Is Jesus one of them? I wonder. Christian friends, Jerry, audience, anyone, anyone. These sons of God who came to earth because they liked the daughters of men because they were fair and they had blonde and blue and green eyes and whatever. Was Jesus the Son of God one of them? I wish to know. Really, I sincerely I want to know. I'll leave that. Let's go. Still chapter 6. And God saw that the man was wicked, and it really pained the God that he made human being on earth, and it grieved him at his heart. Now, what I want to understand is who is talking here, because whoever is talking about is saying he about someone, about God. Then who is talking? If it's not God talking, who is talking? Is it Moses talking? Or is it some other man sitting somewhere writing this? And who looked into God's heart, or the Lord's heart, to see that he was grieving? He was really sad and he felt really sorry that he created these men. So he's so angry that he said, I will destroy man. I still look man, singular, like he's talking about one. Even here, man. Okay, I know one might say to me, he's talking about mankind. Fine, okay, alright. That's alright. That's okay. But anyway, everything will be destroyed. Both man and beast. And the creeping thing and the fowls and everything. So God, the Lord, was angry at the man. So the Lord decided to kill both man and beast and creeping thing and fowl. Okay. Now the innocent now they die only because someone grieved the Lord. Okay. Okay. So where are we now? Chapter 6, verse 19. The Lord has ordered Noah to take 2 of every sort of animals, 2 of everything. So like a male and a female, male and female. Okay. Whatever it's being done in there. But then let's see. And the Lord said, how come read? I'm not going to read, but I just want to get to this. Of every clean beast thou shalt take to thee by 7s. 7 male and 7 female. By 2. So here take 2 for everything, and then here take 7 of these clean beasts. I would love to understand what is a clean beast and what is not clean. So the clean takes 2, takes 7, and of the not clean take 2. Uh, the fouls take 7. Okay. Yep. So checking here, Noah was a just man and perfect in his generation. Now the very same Noah was just, if we go down a few pages in chapter 9, we're down here, verse 21. So Noah made a vineyard, he drank the wine and was drunken, and he was uncovered within his tent. And his son actually came and saw him naked, so he took a garment and he covered him. Then Noah, when he awoke from his wine, knew what his son has done, so he cursed him. Noah was drunk and naked in his tent. His son Ham, like we say, curses. So Noah curses his son. So by that he's cursing Canaan. That's why the Jews, when they came to the Canaanites, they were killing them like ants, because they were cursed by Noah. Noah is cursing his son only because he came into the tent and covered his father. I really don't understand this bit. Chapter 9 again, just read this and I really wanted to understand it. Okay then, fine, Noah and his sons. I wonder if the cursed one is there, but anyway, because that would happen later on when they settle. But then what happens here is that God says that the animals on earth, every beast will fear you and dread you. Okay, the fowl, fine. Anything else? Okay. The sea. I wonder if the sharks are afraid of us. Every beast is afraid of us. Are you kidding me? Are lions afraid of us? Are tigers afraid of us? Are bears, grizzlies afraid of us? Are what else? Crocodiles, elephants, rhinoceros. These guys, are they all afraid of us? I don't get it. I don't get it, because it's from replenish the earth, meaning their children, us humans. Isn't it funny? I don't understand that. To kill people. Yeah. And water shall no more become a flood to destroy all flesh. Okay. I was reading and we got to this bit here. You guys all know about the tower. So they made a city and then they decided to make a tower. And then what happened is the Lord is worried here. So he came down to see the city and the tower. It's like this God here we're talking about could not see the city and the tower from where he is. And that's why I always tell you guys, my Allah, my God, is omnipotent, omnipresent, all-seeing, all-hearing, almighty. It's just that your God has to come down to see the city and the tower which the children of man have built. And then he's saying, he's talking, I don't know who he's talking to, but he said, anyway, the Lord said, behold, the people is one now. Oh my God. This is God talking. Oh, they are one now. And they're speaking one language. Look what they begin to do. Now nothing will be restrained from them. Whatever they imagine they want to do, they will do. So let us go down. Let us go down. Who is us? I don't know. And then let us confuse them so they will not get to us. Let us confuse them in language, and so they will not understand each other. So the people were actually going to build a tower as high as the sky or wherever God is, I wonder, in order to get to God. Well, to the God of Genesis here, of the Bible, of the Old Testament. I really don't understand this. No, I've taken you back to chapter 3. I was about to forget this bit because this bit is very, very important. I need you to see this. So chapter 3, verse 22. Let's read here. And the Lord God said, behold, I don't know who is the Lord God here talking to, but he said, look, the man has become one of us. Because Adam and Eve ate from the tree, the forbidden tree, they've become one of us. One of us what? Who? Who is us? To know good and evil. So now they know good and evil. And now, lest he put forth his hand and take also the tree of life and eat it and live forever. Then we'll be in trouble. Because if this Adam holds up his hand and eats from the tree of life, then he will be in trouble. He will be forever. It's like, oh, he's already one of us because he knows now good and evil. But if he eats now from the tree of life, then that's it. He will be even better than us. So, by eating from the good and evil tree, he became one of us. Now, if you add to that the fruit of the tree of life, then he will live forever. Does that mean that this Lord God here does not live forever? Okay, let's say this Lord here lives forever, but then this guy here who has eaten from here, if he eats from here, he will live forever. So what do we do now, guys? Because he's talking to us. He's us. He's us. The Lord has become one of us. Who is us? Please tell me. Christian Prince, Jerry, whoever. Who is us? Well, what are we going to do about it? Okay, then let's do this. So he drove him out and placed at the east of the Garden of Eden a cherubim. Cherubims. Cherubims. And then a flaming sword which turned every way to keep the way of the tree of life. So God was afraid that man will come to eat from the tree of life, so he kicked him out. But not only that, he put cherubims to guard the tree of life, and then he put a flaming sword. Oh my God, it's a major problem now. This guy, this man here, has become one of us. One of us who, I guess, I think it should have said, and the Lord's gods say, behold, the man has become one of us. So God here, the Lord God, is so worried that man will eat from the tree of life and they live forever. So what do? Oh, let's kick him out of the Garden of Eden and put cherubim, okay, and then we put the flaming sword. And this flaming sword, as you can see, turns every way in order to what? To keep man away from the tree of life. Very, very interesting. I'm going to stop here. I already went beyond the hour and I haven't even finished the book of Genesis. I've got so much about it. I've got so much that you can't handle it. Christian friends, Jerry, you can't handle this. This was way too much for you. So I'm going to stop here and I will finish, God willing, tomorrow or whenever I get a chance. Yallah. Guys, Christian Prince, Jerry, audience, whoever is watching, I invite you to Islam, to the true God, not to this God here who is afraid of this man here, which he created himself, that he will become immortal, and if he becomes immortal, then we're in trouble, right? So come to Islam and acknowledge Allah in Arabic. Allah is just the word for God in Arabic. But He's one and only, and He's the real one, not the one who is afraid of men. I invite you all to Islam, and I greet you with the greeting of Islam. Salam alaikum. Like Jesus said to His disciples, Shalom alaikum. Peace be on you. Salam alaikum.